So this grant is actually for 3 years. And so it gives me about $485,000. So the Department of Defense mission for this particular grant is to identify specific mechanisms and treatments for people with different kinds of cancer. They were looking at people with colon cancer is the one that this grant was written for specifically. The main objectives for this grant that I'm trying to answer is understanding how does what you eat prior to starting chemotherapy for colon cancer affect the bacteria that live in your gut, and how do those bacteria that live in your gut then predict your response to chemotherapy? People with colon cancer undergoing treatment have about 50% of them have what we call chemotherapy-induced diarrhea, and this can be either acute or long-term. And problems with this, it can be very severe to the point where they have to reduce the dose of the chemotherapy, or it can be life-threatening. Chemotherapy-induced diarrhea, or CID, it impacts a daily life-based quality of life, essentially, right? So you can't go anywhere, really, you're stuck at home. It impacts how your dosing regimen goes. So if you do get severe CID, you'd probably have to stop the chemotherapy, which is going to lengthen or reduce the treatment. You might have to lower the dose, so it might not be as effective. You have to wait for it to resolve. There's not a whole lot of really great drugs to help resolve CID right now. So having better management and treatments would be very helpful. But also, we just don't have enough information from the dietary perspective or from the gut microbiota perspective to even be able to counsel patients in the clinic on what to eat. And one of the biggest factors that influence your gut microbiota is what you eat. Identifying the mechanisms or the bacteria that are potentially causative of CID, then we can go back to the lab, to the bench, and maybe design or engineer a probiotic to prevent the chemotherapy-induced diarrhea. For me, it's very personal because when I was 24, I had cancer. And because of that cancer, I had long-term issues with GI problems. So having better tools and understanding to help patients in the clinic respond better to chemotherapy and reduce GI problems long-term, that's what I'm passionate about.